Hey everyone, welcome back to the kitchen. Today, we're tackling a super common cooking frustration: sticky, clumpy rice. You know, that sad, mushy mess that just ruins a good meal. Well, that's a thing of the past. I'm going to share 6 foolproof tips to help you get perfect, fluffy, and delicious rice every single time. And these aren't just random tricks, they are simple, powerful techniques that guarantee great results. So, let's stop making mushy rice and start cooking. The first tip is all about dealing with the starch. Here, I have 2 cups of rice in this bowl. We're going to cover it with water and then add 1 tablespoon of white vinegar. Give it a quick stir. That vinegar is a secret weapon. It helps to pull a lot of the excess starch out of the rice, which is what makes it stick together later. We're going to let this sit for no more than 10 minutes. This one simple step makes a huge difference. Look at this. See how cloudy the water is? That's all the excess starch we just pulled out, and it's exactly what we don't want in our final dish. Now for tip number 2, and this is a game changer. We're going to strain the rice and give it a good rinse to wash away any last bits of that starchy residue. Hey, quick question for you guys at home. I'm curious to know, how do you usually make your rice? Do you rinse it? Do you add anything special? Let me know in the comments below. I always love hearing about your kitchen secrets. You know, I actually learned these tricks about 20 years ago, right when I was just starting out in the kitchen. The first proper dish I ever made was oxtail with watercress. It was incredible. But the rice, oh, the rice was a total disaster. It was one big, gooey, sticky mess. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was so frustrating. I know everyone has their own way of doing things, but once I learned these techniques, I've never made a bad batch of rice since. And that's a promise. Okay, so the rice is now thoroughly washed. You can see the water running off is much, much clearer. That's a good sign. And this leads us to our next crucial step. Our third tip is probably one of the most overlooked steps, but it's absolutely crucial for getting that perfect fluffy texture. We need to let the rice dry completely. Just leave it in the strainer or colander for about 5 minutes. Don't worry, we're not trying to dehydrate it, we just want to remove all that surface water. That way, when we add it to the pan later, it'll start to toast immediately instead of steaming, which is a key difference. While the rice is drying, you can get your other ingredients ready. This step might seem like an extra minute or 2 of waiting, but trust me, it's the difference between good rice and incredible rice. Don't skip it. Okay, now we're moving on to a super important step, and this is tip number 4. We're going to get our pan hot. Add just enough oil to cover the bottom of the pan. You can use olive oil, vegetable oil, or even butter, whatever you prefer. Once the oil is hot, we're adding 1 heaping spoonful of minced garlic. This is where we build the flavor base for our rice. The seasoning for your rice can be whatever you're used to. Today, I'm using just garlic, but you could use garlic and onion, just onion, or even some ginger. It's totally up to you. Stir it around and keep your heat on medium to low. We don't want to burn the garlic, we just want to get it nice and golden. This is where the magic happens. We're creating a flavor foundation that will be absorbed by every single grain of rice. As soon as you see the garlic start to turn a light golden color, it's time to add our rice. Remember that rice we prepared earlier? It should be perfectly dry by now. Now for tip number 4, the secret to perfect, fluffy grains, we need to sauté the rice. Stir it well so every single grain is coated in that hot oil and delicious garlic. We're not just cooking it, we're toasting it, and this is what will prevent it from clumping together later. This step is a game changer for getting that restaurant quality, fluffy rice. Keep stirring for a few minutes, making sure the rice is sizzling and smelling amazing. You'll hear it change from a wet sound to a toasty one. While we're doing this, we're also going to season it. For every cup of rice, I add about half a teaspoon of salt. I have 2 cups here, so that's 1 teaspoon of salt. And for a little extra flavor, I'm also adding 2 bay leaves. This is totally optional, but I personally love the subtle, earthy flavor it adds. It takes the rice to another level. Once the rice is perfectly sautéed, we're going to add the water. The rule is simple, double the water for the rice. Since I used 2 cups of rice, I'm adding 4 cups of water. This is the perfect rice-water ratio. Give it a good stir one more time, just to mix everything together. Then, we'll turn the heat up to high. Close the lid and wait for it to come to a full boil. This is crucial, we don't want to start the next step until the water is boiling. We're almost there. Once it boils, we'll be ready for the final 2 tips to get the most incredible, fluffy rice you've ever made. Stay tuned. Alright, our rice water is at a rolling boil. You can see it bubbling up like crazy. Now, it's time for tip number 5. This is a critical step, so pay close attention. Turn your heat down to medium-low. We don't want a vigorous boil anymore, just a gentle simmer. Now, and this is the most important part, give the rice one final, good stir. This single stir helps to release any remaining starch and ensures that the heat is evenly distributed, but listen closely, this is the only time you can stir the rice while it's cooking. If you stir it after this point, you'll break the grains and end up with that sticky, mushy mess we're trying to avoid. So, one final stir, and then no more touching. Now, place the lid back on the pot, but leave it slightly ajar. Just a small crack. This allows some steam to escape, which is key for a fluffy texture. We're going to let it cook like this until we hear a distinct popping or crackling sound from the bottom of the pan. That sound means the water is almost completely absorbed. Perfect. You can hear that gentle crackle from the bottom of the pot. That means we're in the final stretch. Look at how beautiful this rice is. The grains are starting to separate, and it's looking so much better than your average rice. Now, for tip number 6, the last and most crucial step for achieving perfect, fluffy rice. The rice is almost done, but not quite. The secret is to let it finish cooking in its own steam. Turn off the heat completely, close the lid tightly, and do not peek. Let the rice sit, covered, for at least 10 minutes. This resting period allows the steam to fully hydrate the grains, making them plump, soft, and separate. This is the difference between good rice and restaurant-quality rice. After 10 minutes, you can remove the lid and gently fluff the rice with a fork before serving. You'll be amazed at the results. What's your biggest challenge when cooking rice? Let me know in the comments below, and there you have it. The final result. Just look at these beautiful, separate grains of rice. Fluffy, flavorful, and absolutely perfect. No more sticky, mushy, or clumpy rice. I am so confident that these 6 tips will change the way you cook rice forever. Now you have the secret to making perfect rice every single time. Don't forget to check the description below, where I'll leave a few of my favorite recipes that pair perfectly with this rice, like a delicious chicken curry or some simple steak and veggies. If this video helped you, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more easy and helpful kitchen tips. And let me know in the comments, what's your next recipe challenge? Thanks for watching, and happy cooking!